Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Devil May Cry 5. Mission 7, we are switching back to Nero for this one. This is actually our very first mission where we would get to pick between V and Nero, and they have slightly different paths through the level that take them across different fights. And eventually they converge back at the end of the level. It's been a little bit since we got to play with Nero, though, and we have all these new toys! I love this one so much! Oh, if you've played with Tomboy, you knew I was gonna have this reaction to it. This is one that I have been waiting for. I'm not gonna call Tomboy my favorite, because I love all my children equally. But man, I love Tomboy a lot! Also, we can see V and Griffin and Shadow in them on the other side of the mission, getting ready to take their divergent paths. And the funny thing is, Nero is actually peering across the gate, watching V get introduced to the new enemy type, Riot. And it even scampers off into the leftmost room where we don't have access to yet. We will be fighting them as Nero in this mission, but our very first fight is against a few Sin Scissors. Which unfortunately also means we don't get to mess around with Tomboy that much yet. There we go. Got that timing. Nice and breezy. Now we just need a second one to get down here. Only downside about fighting them exclusively using their weakness is just trying to bait them into actually doing an attack, because sometimes they can waste a lot of time. There we go. Love when it's not just the snip that you parry. They have a couple. They have that. They have their Psycho Crusher they can do. They're all good. Now back to Tomboy. We got a bunch of different new devil arms. We got Rawhide. We got Ragtime from the Garian boss, the V fought. We got this baby. This one acts as a toggle, and while it's on, you cannot lock on. You can't lock on with the guns, you can't lock on to swing the sword. It's too strong to be controlled. You know how at Exceed level 3, there's so much power and momentum in Nero's swings that it seems like he can barely control it? This is like having a 4th level of Exceed. The charge is a little lackluster. It just makes it so it stays active even if you get hit. And then over time, like half a minute or so, it'll just run out and break by itself. And you can toggle it on and off whenever you want. It has a brand new moveset, albeit a slightly limited one. The main combo here is 7 or 8 hits, and the last one, if you land every hit consecutively, getting faster and faster each time, it does a big Artorias somersault. See that right on this spawner. Yeah! Oh, it's so good! And sometimes it kills enemies a little bit too quickly. But there is plenty of room to mess around with that. We have a lot of different movie posters here. I'm not sure if most of them are referential. There's definitely one, though. There's definitely one we'll come across. And here is our first fight against the Riots and one of these spawners. So we're going to try to focus this down really quickly, and then even take advantage of our charged up Tomboy, just to see it a little bit more, but also to get rid of it so we can have access to our other arms. Still think it's a huge design flaw that you can't just swap between them freely. God, that would be so much more fun. On a somersault! And it even ended the fight! Oh, it's so good! Tomboy is the hype bringer of the whole set. And it turns out I actually didn't activate the break age. That's okay. I'm gonna want Gerber out for an upcoming fight just because, remember, Petal Ray is so good for those tight, enclosed spaces. Holy shit. The other ones are nothing to sneeze at either. Ragtime and Rawhide. I actually like Rawhide quite a bit. Ragtime, I'm still trying to find good uses for. But as, you know, the tech develops, as you lab with it, there's gonna be some stuff. Because it creates a localized bubble of Quicksilver. Now we got one of you boys. This will make it really easy to take these out without expending resources. I love this thing's stinger, how it just pops you in the air. You can change directions when and where you want, but you have to do it all manually. And then that spinning helm breaker it does. Like, the whole moveset's just a treat. It's very powerful as well. God, it's fantastic. Also makes it so I don't have to lose... Oh, there it is. Rise of Spencer. That's the poster I was looking for. There's about, what, 4 or 5 maybe? There's also Garcia, which might be a Killer 7 reference. Oh, and there's another Spencer poster over here. We can get a better look at it. June to July. Trying to see if I recognize any of the names on the, like, on the billing.
Push on ahead.
Yeah, this is one of those other rooms where we're gonna want Gerber as Petal Ray to really kick in. So, how do we want to do this? I'd like them to group up a little bit more, ideally. I'm gonna manually pop that, get Gerber going. Yeah. You get so many good ricochet bounces off of that. We're not even gonna bother focusing on the spawner. That'll just give us some extra enemies for the style. Buster him, it's just a big power bomb. Just do more wrestling moves. That's that hype shit. Just have enemies and characters doing big ass wrestling moves. And then the Super Buster. Yeah. And now we have Punchline going. Yep. Yeah, there. Cool, and that should be the last enemy that we really need. Punchline do its thing while we take this out. Yeah! That's what I'm looking for. All of these arms are so well designed, it's so difficult to pick a favorite. And they're all, like, weird. They all do so many different things. They are the perfect complement for Nero. Previously, his moveset was really static. Like, the complexity in Nero came from the Exceed system and max acting and all that stuff. But now his moveset is finally so much more dynamic. That's great.
Okay.
Cannot say enough good about the Devil Breakers. By the way, we are not going to be going through this mission twice with V. It's a different path and slightly different sites and fights, but it's not so substantially different as to warrant a different on-screen playthrough. And there will be a couple other missions like this, by the way, where you get to choose who you're going to be going through, especially once we get to Dante. There are a couple where you can pick between any 3 members of the cast. This fight starts out simple enough. It's just a couple of these annoying bats. Ah, perfect. I didn't think that third hit was going to reach after I pushed it out of range. Now it opens up a little bit. Start getting a little bit of the prides in there. Oh, no! It erupted from the ground right under me, and I think that I took damage and it broke my punchline. Oh, well. Helter Skelter is still really, really good, and I don't tend to use it enough. So this is a nice excuse to do that. Don't want to go and charge it up on him though with the stalk right there. So let's do this instead. Get that out of there and get Tomboy back. Yeah, and Tomboy even forces you to play differently. It forces you to play without the hard lock on, which is very like pre-definitive edition DMC actually. Except way harder to control because the soft lock is also not really there. At least not for Tomboy when you have it activated. Yeah. Look how close he is to losing control at just level 3 of Exceed. He can barely keep that rotation straight. It's a nice table hopper dodge. Disappointed in myself because I didn't do the follow-up little teleport, which is my favorite part about table hopper, is that that standing flash step style teleport. And then we have the dumbest thing coming up, which is a fight going all the way up this escalator. And it is huge. This is, you know what this makes me think of? It makes me think of Silent Hill 4. Those terrible-ass escort mission escalator sections in Silent Hill 4. Because of how stupidly large that is. Oh, you managed to pick up an overture here, which will make some use out of that. And if you don't decide to fight the stuff on the escalator, which, by the way, you don't have to stand on the stairs, you don't have to stand on the escalator itself. You can just stand on the platforms between them and not be moved around in combat. But if you don't fight all that there, then anything that's not stationary, like the Sin Scissors, they will join you up here. Ah, damn it. Thought I was going to get away with that triple S throughout this whole fight. Oh, that's a bummer. That's a real bummer. There was a follow-up spin on that. Haha. Gonna have to build that back up. Whoop. And I think I accidentally broke you. Yeah. That's the best kind of parry, though. The kind that happens to an enemy attacking you from behind while you're fighting something in front of you. Which one is that? Combo B? I think that's my favorite right queen combo. Because he just mauls whatever is in front of him. Sensational. Love it. And we have another payphone there. So another really good Nico cutscene incoming.
Bored? I've got a job for you.
Alright, let's hear it. What you got?
Every single one is great. Also, I don't think he's actually dialing the number on the side of the van there. Every now and then you'll actually be able to see a close-up of the numbers that he's dialing. Yeah, let's maybe try to get a rawhide in here. I want a nice variety. I definitely want a buster to show off against this enemy coming up. Like to use a little bit of the rawhide. And then if we get far enough back there in the magazine. Yeah, this looks good. Because we have another new enemy type coming up. And new enemy type means new buster animation. We only just started to see the buster stuff coming back. Yep. It does have its own regular attack too. That you can just mix in. And we're finally emerging back to the surface, and we could see the the enormity of the Clypoth in the distance, breaking into the clouds. It's a great image. Again, a lot of the environmental stuff and the imagery in this is pretty heavily borrowed from DMC's aesthetic. Which, that's welcome, man. That was one of the best things about DMC Devil May Cry, was the aesthetic of it. Let's get this. Ooh, I'm missing a lot of my exceeds. Normally never miss that many in a row. It's still okay though, we started strong enough. And nothing up here. Pretty sure that this city, Redgrave City, is supposed to be based somewhere in the UK. Just based on, like, the way the phone booths are and the buses.
Nice. Getting the band back together, huh?
What evil lurks? I must destroy.
I thought that was the plan all along.
Oh, this is a lot, man. The set piece, the reintroduction of the Alto and the Bianco Angelos in 4, and then V reacting to them very strangely. And this is also just a suplex. Unfortunately, we lost both of them, but I showed what I wanted to show with the Buster. And now we get to charge up Rawhide and see this break age too. This is our whip, essentially. It's got a combo A and a combo B, and it also has this. We saw that in the opening cutscene or not the opening cutscene, the cutscene that introduced the Devil Breakers in the first place. We saw him doing that in the crew cut cutscene. Just didn't have access to Rawhide to do it properly in-game. But that's a running thing in Devil May Cry, is they have the flashiest cutscenes, but they tend to always show things that you can actually do. Like the very first time in DMC 3 when they showed Dante surfing around on the enemies, and then everyone realized, oh shit, that's a thing I can actually do! God damn, this series. It's so good. Then we'll taste the good shit. This was a really good use. Oh, damn. I was just about to say it's a really good usage of that, too. Break these shields. And then we still have the Proto-Angelo back there. You even still get the view of the outside. This whole section moving around. God damn, dude. Devil May Cry 5 is so good! I think it's just you now. Oh, no, there is one more of the Scudo Angelos. This is a chaotic as hell fight. You have so much going on. The whole fleet of Angelos and the leader, Proto-Angelo. Then you have Nero, V, Shadow, Griffin, and I think you can call Nightmare in here, right?
Took us long enough to get here. What? Tired already?
I've just remembered something. This town was attacked. Once before.
Is that so?
I was here. I can still see it. In fact, I was playing right here. That was the house. This is where we part ways. You go ahead.
You're gonna miss all the fun.
No. I must seek out the Devil's Sword Sparta.
What? Yeah, I don't think that's such a good idea. Trust me.
You're not the only one who thinks so. But to win this fight, we're going to need all the help we can get.
Not the only one. What the hell aren't you telling me? Guess there's no point thinking about it. Perfect timing. Now we're starting to act like a team.
Ew. You like flirting with me? Knock it off. Get in the car. Oh my god.
So V has been acting very strangely, but he has childhood memories of a house here in Redgrave City. I think it's really telling how he reacts to seeing the Angelos. But we're going to explore that more next time. Thank you all for watching. Take it easy. Have a good one.